2 more rounds stand in between one of these duos and some great ZOWIE gear. We are here in Shanghai at the ZOWIE Divina Women's Invitational PUBG Tournament, and it's been an interesting collection of games so far. A lot of Western focus by the Circle, particularly that last game, but nonetheless, Sanok, as we've seen for the first 3 rounds, and we're probably going to continue to see for the last 2, can be a very, very cruel mistress.
Yeah. And we just see over and over and over again. Now we talked about Western Circles, very much a factor of the blue zone. I think somewhere around like 9 people died to the blue zone. Having only 48 people on the server, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Not only a lot of people dying, but also a lot of potential kills for other players, like points not being able to be collected. But I mean, this right here just goes to show the people that will come out on top will not only, of course, be the best fraggers, but also be the people that are best capable of, you said yourself, when you're 4 guys, you can just hold a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
Here, they constantly have to do that 180, and the people that are most aware of their surroundings all the time, even in a fight, you'll see just quickly, look around, is anyone behind us? Go back to that fight again. Those are the people that come out on top.
Yeah. The best teams so far have been the ones that have been able to manage the circle a lot better. We haven't seen any of these teams have been riding the edge, having all these fights end up in the end. I believe Sands' team, after getting that second place finish last game, they are the only team so far I've seen that have been not necessarily outside in the blue, but they've been riding the edge a little bit. In that game, they did a lot better as well. They got some fortunate circles as well. But overall, everyone's just been spending too much time riding the blue, and no one's really taking initiative and getting towards the middle to get that placement later on.
Riding the blue, as we know, isn't an inherently bad thing.
No.
A big problem is that when so many people do it,
when everyone's doing
it loses its effectiveness.
Yeah.
There have been actually a couple of other events that I've been at personally that the team that won recognized that the meta was riding the blue and just said, you know what, we're going to go center of the circle, and they just won off of placements. And so it's probably going to be a language barrier why a couple of these duos haven't made that adjustment so far, but it's also nerves. Because when you only have 2 people, you really do have to just trust your instinct and trust your fighting. Because when there's 4 of you, you can control a larger space, you can control more area, and you have more assistance. When it's 2 of you, you really got to go for those fights immediately and just crack open that shell the minute you see a moment to do so.
It's got to be quick decisions. If you're going to decide to fight, it needs to be immediate. You can't delay it. If you delay it, you're giving teams an option to come in third party or whatever it may be. Everything's got to be quick and concise. And if you don't do it quick and concise, don't do it at all.
I mean, there are so many aspects coming into it too, right? I mean, you see these duos, maybe not only do they not speak the same language and all those things, but they maybe play completely different play styles. I mean, they can be accustomed to doing things like extremely differently, and now they're forced to make it work together.
I was just told by production that not this player, but the previous player shown on screen, the one with the New York Yankees hat, hadn't been killed ever so far. Died to the blue.
No
all
way.
3 rounds.
Which player was it? I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't catch a name. I was just told that. I was just
That's
told
what I-
there. It's CCL.
No, it's just CC.
Oh, it's true.
Okay, she got stuck behind the rock,
circle,
under the bottom part of the rock. She had to run around.
And then on game 2,
Yeah.
even though she was up against, I believe it was Smile Queen, that she knocked Smile Queen, took a lot of damage, and before Smile's teammate could get that trade, fell to the blue.
You see Astrid Hill and her teammate right there. They're probably figuring out, what's the play? What's the play of this game? Is our Nemesis going to continue to be Mr. Blue Wall of Death, or is it going to be people coming from elsewhere? And then you look at a play right here, coming all the way from South America. We talk about long flights for ourselves. This is insane. Sitting in Brazil, I think she had to fly to the States and then fly here. I mean, we're talking like 30+ hours of travel time, right?
Oh yeah, those connection flights can be a real pain. When I was in China in 2000, when I was in China in 2009, I was going to Chengdu from Toronto. I had to take 3 flights, and I think overall it was 36 hours of traveling.
And what I'm trying to say with this, it goes to show the dedication, right? Goes to show that they really want to be at this event, and it shows why. I mean, this has been a great, great event so far. Sure, Circle have been rude and brutal, but overall, I mean, it's been really, really great.
Well, players that aren't going to have that many connections, aren't going to have that much of a travel time, are going to be these 48 players about to go once again to Sanok. Plane has left in the air, and it's about a 30-second travel time, give or take.
Somewhere around there.
So round number 4 is going to be beginning right now.
We're going to see these plane ride coming in. May go back to the first game. We had everyone landing in the northeast side of the map. This is a very rough plane ride for everyone to go towards where they went last game. So maybe I'll get my docs being taken.
Stop
Probably won't
getting your
happen.
hopes up.
I'm
Don't
going
get
to
your
keep
hopes up.
hoping until someone finally does it.
Maybe you know what? I would actually assume to see people in the solos tomorrow wanting to go wanting to go Ducks because, again, you're so outskirted that you will know for a fact that you're most likely going to avoid a fight. But then again, we've seen people try to do that here as well, and then because they think in the same guidelines, they think in the same pattern, they end up fighting far out on the edge because they think they're like coming up with 200 IQ plays.
I thought I saw a team going towards, but I'm completely wrong. They're just going to Kempong. Anyways, everyone's spreading out pretty evenly like the second game. Everyone's going around all over the map, going to do a little bit of everyone somewhere. The southern side of the map is going to be kind of wide open once again, like it has been every map so far. We got the same teams going to Panana as always. There's been no sweet teams now, so we have Smitty's team as well going North Panana.
And you have 3 teams landing inside
of
boot camp this time around, too. We've only had 1 team in here up until this point.
Which was this team, which is Hella and Roxy.
And now Hella and Roxy, they've got company inside of the boot camp area itself. We know this area of the map to be one of the most chaotic, death-guaranteed areas of the map when you play public games. And now these 6 players will have to see who will be the victor of this area.
It's also an interesting decision because the teams that are in the boot camp right now are not scored highly in the points. So maybe they're deciding they want to change it up to go somewhere maybe more contested, see if they can get some early fights and early kills and try to maybe get something kind of momentum riding for the future. Either way, they haven't been there so far. It's just been the one team. A little more action going on. We see 2 teams again. This is very similar to the other game as well, where Rachel got killed by, I believe it was
there you go. Nonomia getting himself the first knock of the game, that is. Gets the finish off as well. So Lady Aceto going down. They did manage to do well in game 1, and now actually does get the refrag. Well done. Coming in, Rachel goes down, and now for Nonomia has to figure out, does he want to fight this? Right now it's a stall. So he has to figure, does he want to go for this, or does he not? Closes the door, moves around. I'm pretty sure that Nanes will have heard this now. She does make the push-up on here as well. 15 bullets in the weapon. Nothing to spare. Gets the spot, but not going to happen. That's going to be an AK to the face on a level 1 helmet. Great shots coming in from Nanes, and that's a good job by there.
That was a very costly mistake as well by Rachel to push in there solo against another team. They got the knock. It's a 2v1 situation. Pushing in solo, very dangerous thing to do, and ended up getting her whole team killed. Really
unfortunate set of circumstances. Now we see the, I guess, the counterclockwise rotation, or the merry-go-round taking its spin here as Maipai and Katarina, they make their run around, but also around the area of Ruins. I mean, we're talking about these 3 areas of the map, Paradise, Bootcamp, and Ruins being the most contested areas when you play solos, or when you play public games. And now we got the VSS in the hands of Cici. Will she be killed by an opponent, or will it be the blue circle of death to take her down this game? We'll see. Maybe Paulie with a crossbow. We have not had any crossbow kills this game. Maybe there'll be there's a first for everything, right? A VSS kill and a crossbow kill in the same game. You never know.
VSS is very underrated.
It is. It's amazing weapon. They see why exactly there. Cici gets herself a knock onto Paulie. Now they have to figure, do we want to make a push on this? And looks like they do.
Too bad I don't have HE nasal.
Nice
shot. Oh my god, that was crazy. And getting the flush.
Sights Car 98 to the face. Holy moly.
Was that the play you talked about earlier on that had that crazy shot?
No, it wasn't her, but that was very much as worthy of being named there. Wow, Connie, that's one hell of a banger, and Cici was not at all prepared for this.
And we might get our first situation where Cical actually might die to a weapon other than the blue.
We'll have to see. You still have Paulie up. She's down to about halfway through. Cici wants to defend her teammate. Shots coming in. It's not over yet, and there you go. Cici actually pulls out the double. So despite Connie getting an insane headshot with the Car 98, unfortunately does go out in 23rd.
It's a shame she wasn't able. She did get the flush, though.
She
was able to get the 1 point.
It's only 1 point.
Consolation. I'm just trying to find.
But this just goes to show. This goes to show how skilled these people are individually.
Yes.
The fact that she can pull these things off. I'm so excited to see what these players will be bringing in the rest of the solo tournament.
These are 2 weapons we were talking about. So the vector on this map is crazy. If you have all the attachments, the VSS is one of those guns as well that can be very good as if you have the attachment for the extended mag. Without that extended mag, that weapon's really hard to use because the 10 bullets go by really fast. Either way, if you have those guns decked out, I personally love them. There's a guy on EG named Wolf who uses the VSS religiously.
Yeah,
he's actually insane with it.
He's actually really fun to watch.
Yeah, they get really mad at him in the scrims. They think he's trolling, but he's really good.
No, he's playing it really well. And he can shoot crazy fast. And if you only have level 2 or level 1 vest, it will shred through that easily. Yeah. Katarina, obviously, they've heard the steps in there. They've taken shots already. Maipai trying to hold off the edge angle here. They know that more people landed inside, but look, we have them over on the eastern side in the warehouse. They could come to third party this should this fight take too long.
This is a situation we talked about before about this compound that's ugly, is the fact that so many things can happen around you that you don't know. Because right now they are getting flanked by Roxy if they were able to get spotted, but it looks like Roxy doesn't know they're there and they're just dipping.
Elizabeth and Matthew are currently sitting at last place with 0 points. If they were to go out early on in this one, not only would it of course be unfortunate in this one, we see Tanya going down here. Sunny, good performance
That's a
by
big
her.
pickup. Tanya's been playing pretty well individually. She's going to get
Yep,
flushed
yep.
out here, though. Teammate not near. Oh, wait, maybe not.
Oh.
maybe not.
Gotta get land those shots.
There you go.
See,
That was
Anikin, she's actually making a run for it, but not close enough now. She just might want to back off. But no, going back to what I was saying before, if they go down early here, I know it's completely 2 different tournaments, but if they go out of this tournament not having gotten a single kill, it's you want to get off to a good start coming into these days, and it could come to sort of impact how well these two guys individually play in the solos tomorrow.
This comes down to the mental factor if they're able to it was a duo tournament. We had fun. Let's just move on, or they're actually going to have this impact them going forward, realizing they haven't been doing well, that maybe they might not get off the start that they want in the solo tournament.
No, Anakin, she needs to make a run off. She needs to get some loot. And you talked about Hella and Roxy potentially third-partying this.
Yeah.
There you go, the QBU in hand of Hella. Getting the knockdown onto MyPie. We'll have to see if her teammate can make the rescue play coming in here. But Anakin, once again, lost a teammate. Now she takes shots too. They will be very much aware of her position. Not only that, but they'll also know they have a 2-on-1 advantage.
Taking the aggressive fight, I'm surprised she didn't just run away, but she just wants this. But she does have a chance because they were separated, but the squeeze coming in and Tume able to finish her off. Hella knocking down MyPie again.
And look at who's utilizing this. Mafia and Elizabeth, they're slowly making their way closer towards them. You see, they're trying to see if they can get the third-party shot. That's always what you want to do. Even though you have a team next to you, if you know for a fact that they're not pushing you, might as well just look at the people that are shooting. Because if they're shooting at the other team, odds are they'll be out in the open and you have an angle on them.
Yeah, MyPie and Katarina are in a difficult situation.
No
where
vests
they know
for either of them either.
Yeah, they're getting shot at from the compound. They have the team in them as well. The new circle coming in. They are in the circle and are safe, so they don't need to do anything too drastic, but they do want to get out of that situation because right now they're surrounded.
Everyone, with the exception of 3 teams, are on the correct island,
Yeah,
so water should not be a factor this time around, which would also most likely mean that the blue circle of death should go out into the 5th game with a little bit of a hunger coming in to that one, because I do not think as many people will go down to just that Terran. We saw her pull off crazy plays last game. Will she be able to do it with the con idea this one? No.
Rocket's leaving her teammate, though. Her teammate's stuck behind the rock all alone. Rocket needs to find a way to support.
Yeah, she needs to come around and get into
But
that
look at
position.
Lizzie.
But look at the amount of teams pushing in.
Yeah,
Now you got the guys up on the northern side shooting down towards Kira. You see the shots already connected. And there's just no place for her to be safe. Smile gets the knock, and there you go, Taryn. She wants the finish off. She wants the points. And she goes for the instant headshot with the Con 98.
But look at this. As soon as you hear the gunfighting, Rocket's all alone. She can squeeze Lizzie and Pally go off, finish off Smile Queen. But the third party is real right now. Everyone's coming in. You got Mass coming in as well. Their team, Pally and Lizzie finish off Rocket.
Yep, she's going to go down and out. So will Yu. She goes down here, makes it back down. Just on this side, could be rest coming in. But it's 2 of the top teams squaring off against one another right now. Sminty trying to hold off the angle all by herself. Going back here, Lizzie and Paleolite, they got themselves the knock on the first. Oh, Sminty actually does go down. So Mamitazo and Sunny continue to rack up points. And right now, I think they're actually sitting in first place.
Pele is getting squeezed now. They have no idea Dabby and Mask are behind them.
There's so many teams.
They're making a play on Taran right now, but they don't know they're getting flanked right now. This is going to be a huge disaster for them if they're able to get spotted here going into the compound.
This is what we're talking about. You cannot overextend these
Exactly.
fights. You
gotta
cannot
watch
take
your back.
too much time. You have to constantly be aware of what's going on behind you. And actually see him turning around, but too late. Paleolite does go down, and now it's all up to Lizzie. Does she want to go back and help her teammate, or does she want to push the fight that they know there's only one guy left?
The key here could be Taran as well. What you just see,
Taran third party's uphill as well. I mean, they're mounted like, you help out me, okay, I'll help out you in return.
Right now there's one each, so Taran is going to be safe knowing that if she wants, she can dip out of this compound knowing that
Where could she dip to, though? She would have to cross the road all by herself.
Yeah, unless she knows Nizzy got to her east there. I don't know, but Taran is pretty confident with the sniper. I talked to her earlier. She does like that gun a lot.
Yeah.
We're going to be seeing right now she's in a situation. She is safe in the circle. She doesn't need to move. She can still wait for the circle to shift, but if the circle ever shifts away from her, she's in trouble.
This is all going to be on what Lizzie's planning on doing. She's sitting on the northern side. Oh, when MyPie does go down
That's the third time
well.
that she knocked
She
killed her.
got finished
It's
off
over.
there, exactly.
Either way.
In any case, I mean, Lizzie should be making a move off here. She knows she's a solo player remaining. She knows for a fact that Taran is in here.
Oh, no.
But look at
Taran
this now.
has
The
no
push is
idea.
coming down. And now for Lizzie is still behind the rock. She's just chilling it out, waiting for them to push down. But she could have spent this time getting a much better position in this circle. Of course, we don't know exactly where the next circle is headed, but just do it off of the statistics. Do it off of the chance to get a better one. Go further center.
Yeah, we got teammate on teammate hate going on here. Turin and Massive will be on the same team with the Knights. I want to see if it's going to be either one of them finishing each other off.
Who will be team captain next week?
Yeah, who's gonna, you know they're going to have an argument here after this.
There's also some bragging rights, right? There's some bragging rights in this.
Someone's going to own their teammate a drink after this.
Oh,
if
yeah,
they're of age, I have no
could
idea.
Could be. Now let's see, new circle. It's going to pop
Lizzie,
in just about 30 seconds time. And
She's the
she
key
does
here.
not want to leave this rock.
She's the key here because they don't know that she's here. She can completely play like that solo game, solo player that won that one game, where she can just play hiding and wait for these two to make contact and fight each other, and then come in the last second and shoot them in the back.
Terran got a body shot onto Mass. She knows for a fact that there's no helmet in play. Now the nade comes in. Oh, that's just an unfortunate timing. Did she hurt Hubby on the other side as well? I think she might have hurt her. Over on the back side of the compound over here. Now, Lizzie, where are you? You need to come in and help. You need to come in and help. This new circle does fire, and wow, it actually goes up towards them. So this fight, well, it can be stalled a little while longer.
Yeah, they're still safe right now. There's no need to rush the situation, but you can see next time you see the map, the southern part of the map is going to be a disaster. Either way, Terran is stuck here, and Lizzie just biding her patience. But now you see her peeking around the rock, getting in the knock on Dabby, potentially getting the flush on Mask as well. It's going to be a one-on-one-on-one situation.
Gets Mask down to low HP. Now the smoke is going. Oh, there you go. The nade's coming in. Gonna be thrown forward once you get the secured kill. But that's gonna just on the edge of the building.
Look, Dabby's gonna
bounces
be able to crawl
off.
her way
The next
in.
one does so as well. Unfortunately, Terran, knowing there's only one guy alive on the other side, could be a play to make. And Lizzie, I like what I see here. She's transitioning. She's immediately going for a new position.
Yeah, I love when you reposition, just because you know they know where you are. You got to change your angles. You got to make them guess. So next time they decide to peek outside the compound, they don't know where you are, but you know exactly where they are.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart play too. The fact that she's a solo player remaining, you need to constantly, every time you get a chance to get that element of surprise in, especially when you're alone versus two, those 3-4 bullets could be the difference maker for you.
Yes, exactly. So either way, we're now going to Tyloo, and this is going to be
one,
interesting. They got spotted. They don't know they're there.
Spots the second one too. Now they have to line up the shots, fire immediately, and there you go. Gets the knock onto the first one. Lele makes the run for it, and there you go. The Chinese duo taking it down. Sunny with a double kill.
4 kills pretty early on as well, still 29 alive. That's 2 teams they've completely eliminated from this game alone.
They're not afraid to take these fights.
They're not the highest in terms of the kills over the course of the three games, but they are, I believe, second now. Taran, though, getting the knock on Dabby. Again, we're back to a one-on-one situation. Is Lizzie going to make a play or make a move at all? Who knows? Either way,
will the
Taran trying to
go through? I think we're burning a roof there.
Praying.
Oh, it's actually burning the door, but I don't think any of them will go down to it, though. Close, but a cigar in the...
This is also a situation. Right, how much time do you want to invest in this? Because Lizzie could have dipped by now if she wanted to. Taran could maybe not because she's squeezed between them. Either way, there's been options for them to get out of this, but there is no rush.
I mean,
how much time can you really invest?
One thing is that they're inside the circle. Sure, that's great and all, but you have no info whatsoever of what's just 100 meters away from your compound. I mean, they've been investing so much time in this area, as you said yourself, that leaving here at any point is going to require so much reconnaissance, and they will not have any room for it should these next circles go in that direction.
If you look at if you get a chance to see the map, there's no one around them, so they're safe from being squeezed upon. But either way, they need to made a move earlier. Either way, moving on.
Sunny and Tomei taking a lot of shots from Saki and Vendetta. These guys have been the only real crate hunters I've seen. I mean, the fact that you can have level 3 gear is going to put you in such an advantage. You keep talking about those 1-2 shots difference. That will be that level 3 gear for you. And when so many people play bolt action snipers, M24s, Kar 98s, if you can stay alive after a headshot like that, which all these players are very much capable of doing, you see actually Vendetta has an M249 already, so they have again gotten themselves crates this game.
Look at this though, they're beginning to fight as well, and you got Ting and Little Big Whale, third party from far away. Tumei's not in a position to help Sunny. Sunny's rushing in by herself.
There you go. That's level 3 gear. The knock does come in, though, immediately after. Tumei gets the return knock. The finish off, though. Inevitable. Saki tries to hold off the angle. Close the door. Tries to see if he can connect the shot.
Sunny's body's having a seizure.
Yeah, she really wants to be able to get this finish off. She knows for a fact they're going for the rest, and she's making the push on it. I like this. I like it. Play it aggressive. You're forced to. You need to get further inside the circle. The alternative would be pushing in the open. Does she have a nade? Has to come in. Now shots fired. Maybe a bit too early. She reveals her position. Probably should have thrown that nade before she started shooting. But now it's cooked. Is it cooked properly, though? Taking Saki down.
But look at Ting and Little Big Whale, though. They've been using this time to move up into a better position to get close to them.
Look at the
they are looking behind them, but either way, the new circle's coming in. In the original battle we watched,
west again.
those 3 teams are still alive.
Cao
Nam dying to the blue once again.
The circle.
Once again, the blue damage doing too much.
She did get finished off on a
But they
point,
got
so
the
it's
kill,
points,
these guys
it's points,
taken at
it's
least.
points.
That's good. That's good.
Ooh, look at this, a double nade being thrown. Either side of the building, communication, once again, is key. I mean, it didn't work out, but it's a really smart play to make.
I believe it was a Japanese player and a Russian player, if I'm mistaken. I know. I think
Oh,
Vendetta
look
is
at
Russian.
this position,
No
down
health.
to 1 HP now. Saki knows for a fact how many shots she connected.
Wait for your
And now
teammate,
it's-
push in together, trade it out. And
No need.
either way, no need when they're that
I mean,
low.
she knew for a fact she had
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 hits on her,
Yeah.
so it played smart. That's what you get with these buildings sometimes. So you can look underneath them. Sneaky peeky plays can be your beneficiary, and so it was right there. But look at the 16 teams remaining. If we caught a line through the center of the circle, there are 3 teams on the north and 13 having to fight for a spot in the south. And I can tell you for a fact, if you go anywhere northwest of where Little Big Whale and Ting is right now, this circle is open. It's so open.
I'm gonna
Imagine if we go out on the island to finish the game.
Yeah. Seacal once again going to be taking a fight here against Newsy, but the Blues come in. Might she die to the Blue once again? Who knows? She is playing solo at this point because her teammate died early. Using
Maybe
the
a
rocks
bit
as
too
cover. You
aggressive
do
with
see Miss
the-
Gucci and Yambrel hearing the gunshot, knowing that there is a team here. They're going to be able to get some kills here on the rotation coming in.
CC.
I love that she got the extended mag. This gun
Yep.
is vicious.
And there's barely any recoil on it too. It's really, 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 really good.
But look at Miss
Especially-
Gucci.
Yeah,
She hears the
she's
sound. She's
pushing
coming in for the
it.
flank.
And she has a teammate to push with her too. Nate is cooked. It's thrown. Will it go far enough to bounce it? Oh, just a bit too far too. Second Molotov coming in there as well. Spots on one. That's a headshot with an AK right there. And now for CC has to figure out what she wants. Oh my God, that
Nice
nade is
nade.
right on the money. Now CC can go down. She can get rest or get the meds back up, and she can turn around and potentially find this.
And now she can focus on what's in front of her. Miss Gucci shooting
Oh my
off
God.
Elizabeth
Third
inside.
partying.
Once again, not able to connect the shots with the last one. We got Mamasso getting the kill, though, the initial beneficiary from the original fight. Sunny and her teammate do know there's a team in the warehouse to her
Yep.
right. Seacal trying to move in. Yambrel has her pinned down.
Look at this. I mean, the circle is closing in. We talk about how many teams are on the southern side. Gucci has pushed inside the warehouse now to take control of the southern side.
I'm so scared right now that Seacal might die to the blue again because she's stuck outside. She can't make the move in just yet.
I mean, there's no way she's going to tank. She has four.
But no, she gets shot at. It takes the damage. While she's in the blue, she can potentially get knocked out. She'll
She's
get
probably
finished.
the one that has taken the most blue damage
Oh,
throughout the
easily.
tournament so far.
Easily.
But now we do have the new circle public just about 10 seconds.
she's
You see
safe.
CC making the run forward just on the edge of the circle. Has to continue to do so. Gucci is trying to hold off the angle. They know for a fact that they have her in this area off the map, but where exactly is unsure. New circle pops further north, and holy moly, I think we can count on 2 hands how many trees and rocks are in this area because this is wide open. Now the spot comes in. Great shots from CC. Will she be able to get the finish? Goes for the flush, and that comes to
nice
cost
try.
her. Never got the info on where Yamro was sitting, and that will be the finish off on the guys from Team 12.
Constellation prizes. She did get the kill.
She
we
did.
see Sunny and Mamastato. I can't say her name. I can never get it right. Either way, they're not moving
Mamastato?
in. Mamastato. There, sure. Let's go with that. Yambrel is by herself now. They do know the fight's there. They're going to try to cut off the rotation. There's only 2 teams right now that are in this. Well, sorry, potentially 3 teams that are in the circle. Otherwise, everyone else is going to try to find a way to work their way in. It's
Yeah.
going to be a rough battle. Coming in, Hell is looking down as well on Yam and Sunny. She
And
has,
one of the reasons being, when we look at the map like we did just before, one of the reasons being here, there is nothing to go for in the center. Normally you would go center, but there's nothing to take. It's
good
a
place.
huge open beach with
Yeah.
grass on it, sure. But I mean, you don't want to be anywhere around there.
You-
Saki goes down now. For all these people, for Little Big Whale and Midi holding this angle, the Emerald taken down as well by Mamasato. She has to make the push too, though. Look at this area they're running in, miles out in the open.
this would be a big team to get eliminated now if they do, because they were at the top of the scoreboard as well. Little Big Whale finishing out Vendetta as well. You could have, on this circle, moved towards the edge where the water is and play the rocks if you wanted some safe cover.
I mean, that's
But
what
then
3 teams were trying to do initially,
yeah,
right?
but in the
it
next
never really
circle
panned
after
out.
that, you'll be in trouble running in the open.
You got Mastery Charlie still, Majesty Charlie still in the game here, trying to make her move forward. Yasa is making the run too. 7 goes down. One of the top finishers of last game will go down and finish off. Terran going out of the game here as well. Now Keels are going to come in. New circle's going to pop soon too. Sissy made the run forward. Yasa is still down. And
Oh my God.
Wow, what a circle! That is, we'll see it in a second. You will know exactly why we're saying this. This is as horrible as could possibly be for anyone remaining in this
You
game.
can see in the bottom right corner if you look into the screen
Wow.
right now. Everyone's got to fight their way in, but there's still a lot of battles going on. Hella taking down Duopsy, and then 2 kills for them as well right now.
I mean, this is just so many years beyond horrible
Yeah.
for every single player.
Everyone is so close to each other. Going to get third party as well. Nate's coming in. Ito and Elena finishing off Team 22.
Held off anyone coming in from the back
We're
there.
2
Smart
teams,
play.
2 teams away from it getting in the points.
Yep.
Hella finishing off Dopazi. Sorry,
Doopsie.
Doopsie. Sorry,
Doopsie.
I can't get over that.
No, it's all right.
Either
it's
way,
all right.
6 teams live. They still have the one teammate left.
Look at who's making a run for it.
Yeah.
Charlie is already on the run in. Roxy will
But she's
probably
pretty
try
wide in the
to.
open, but everyone else is so focused on fighting each other. We
Yeah.
talked about this before. We're in the open, and she got spotted. Nice shot by Charlie.
Good shot coming in, chest shot with the M24. Now Hella is trying to make the way underneath. She knows for a fact where she is. She has to play the split off angles. You need to. I mean, a tree can only cover you from so many spots. Now shots are coming in the northern side, or the southern side, though. Sorry, Little Big Whale once again with
That's huge.
with the Vector double kill for her.
One of the teams trying to find separation in the score. They need a big showing here to have that separation. She is the last one alive. I think she's the top fragger of the tournament.
Majesty.
Charlie getting taken out in the middle, made that initial move to get in there, but it didn't pay off.
And now we're in the points once more. Little Big Whale for the 3rd game in a row, 4th game, make that in a row, in the placement points. Hey, these guys have been playing so well. They're sitting in 1st place coming into this game, and they will only get more points off this. But she has to kind of configure if she wants to make a run for it. Does she not? Mass taking a shot to the face. Lizzie, she was playing it so safe on the northern side early, and if this circle goes towards her, she could very much win it. It doesn't, though. It goes dead center.
That is going to be a rough circle for everyone to
Look at
finish
Little
off.
Big. There's going to be no way for her to make the run in.
A little bit of the
You
coast
did.
can still be in play. You can have the cover
4th
on the north
place.
side of it as well. A Little Big Well decided to go placement instead. Does get 4th place in the what I believe is 1 point. Either
Two.
way, it still
Two,
helps
two,
out.
two.
You might as well just take the fights. Either way, Lizzie, we saw earlier in the game, surviving behind that rock. Now she's in the top 3.
I mean, if she can make the run from here over to the next tree, there's a bit of a distance to you see the edge of it right there. If she can get up there, and hopefully Dabby will take out one of the guys in the duo. That could be a very good game for them. But for Roxy and for Hella, they made it out. They were the one team to bail out of boot camp real early on, get that good position, and they've just played it extremely well and coordinated up until this point. And I think this is the amount of games you needed to really get that synergy up and going. You see some of the teams that haven't necessarily pulled up big in the early stages, now the teams that are getting that synergy going are starting to come back after them.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, there's only one game left after this one.
Lizzie had being forced to make the move. She could right now creep into the circle where she is and still have cover from both sides.
She's in right there.
Yeah, if she wants, she can play that before you get. But Dabby taking hard nades, does have the rock for cover. Hella and Roxy looking to make a move towards the north side, trying to get back in that circle. Going to be confronted by Lizzie, though.
Hella has to hear her. They have to hear each other at this point. Lizzie's miles out in
She's
the
playing
open.
a
She
wide
wants to
angle.
spot them. Spots it now initially. There you go. Hella takes it down to just about half HP.
Dabby getting to survive a little bit longer because of focus on Lizzie.
Final
Next
circle,
circle coming in dead center.
There's absolutely no... Oh, there's one rock. I'm not even sure if it's going to be in here, though.
Dabby can make it
No,
to
it's
the
not, it's
tree.
not in,
That's
it's
the only
not in.
cover they're going to really have.
None of them. I mean, this is going to be a fight in the open. The person to move last, I mean, the person to get to third party would probably
Look
be
at
the
Dabby,
winner.
though, throwing the smokes, getting a line of smokes out, ready for her to make the advancement.
If Hella and Roxy can take down one guy, they should have it here. But if
Yep.
any of them gets knocked, there's going to be no time to get
They
revs
just
up
need to
at
play
all.
together. Just trade out. What is this?
They're
What do you-
playing. They're playing one off, one off. They should hold it together. I agree. Decides not to, and
That's
now
a
we're in a
mistake.
1v1v1. So many points on the line here. Nobody inside the circle
Look at
yet.
Dabby, though. She made a
Lizzie.
move up on the edge into
Yeah,
smoke.
smart play,
Roxy doesn't
smart
know that
play.
she's looking for the edges.
She hears
Dabby
her
going
now,
to run
she
into
hears
each
her
other.
Taken down.
Nice.
Roxy gets finished off somehow. Was not prepared for those shots there. Lizzie,
Playing very passive, but she's able to get rank up 5 kills to this third party
knowing
as
that
well.
it's a 1v1 and having her just heard the exchange of shots, you would assume to see her push forward, but plays it extremely safe. 5 points already. It's going to be
Dabby's not in the
guaranteed
circle.
9
She's got to
points.
move behind that rock, and Lizzie can
They're
get
both
clear
outside
sight.
the circle. They're both
Yeah,
out.
but Dabby's got to run around this. Lizzie can have a clear sight once she has to
No
stand
vest
up.
for Dabby either. Dabby has no vest anymore.
Lizzie's not
It's
in
going to be
circle.
2 body shots. 2 body shots as she's down. Oh, Lizzie, don't tank this damage. And she's going to go down because of it. The animation to get back up on her feet cost her her life, and somehow Dabby and Paleolite wins the game.
No, Dabby and Mass.
Oh, Dabby and Mass. Sorry. They were just
Paleolite and Lizzie were the ones that we got second. That's what they're showing right now.
We're looking at the wrong people. I've been confused.
Either way, considering Paleolite went out early, and Lizzie did all that by herself, and when she was in that tricky situation, being stuck between 2 teams, hiding behind the rock, biding her time, she got a couple knocks, wasn't able to finish them off. But either way, being able to survive that long and get to second place, great place, very good by her. Gets her team a lot of much needed points.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
either way, huge
insane.
mistake though by Hella's team there to make that individual decision to push by herself.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Counterpoint to that. Actually, I like that. The perfect timing on there. Counterpoint to that. The smoke came out from from Lizzie down on the beach, and so it was actually an aggressive maneuver to try and catch Lizzie off. My guess is it was an aggressive maneuver to try and catch Lizzie off guard.
Yeah.
Because if you throw smoke, like you're trying to sneak in, but this was basically cutting Lizzie off at the pass. Lizzie just had a really quick trigger finger. I don't think it was necessarily a bad play. It was an aggressive play.
No,
and
I know. You can see the reasoning behind
play.
it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that smoke though was thrown by.
It was
by Dabby on the rock.
She
threw everything, just threw it forward down towards the
Even
water.
better, so it was bait.
Yeah, it was crazy bait.
So you know what, Lizzie? Good job. I heard
it worked out perfectly.
Not Lizzie. No, not Lizzie. I mean, Dabby? Darby?
Dabby.
Either way, but like in those situations when it's 2v1v1, you have the numbers. All you gotta do is stay together on whatever side you want. You know there's a teammate by the water. You know someone by the tree. Just swing out wide with your teammate. They're not gonna kill both of you unless they're nuts. But you just want to swing out. Try just at least worst case scenario trade. And then once you get that knocked in, then you can go to a one-on-one situation. But just to go off and die on your own there, this misguided. You could have done more things.
Yeah.
The problem is that there really isn't much cover, even though they had the high ground.
You want to force a fight, but just not by yourself.
No, but the thing is that in that situation, the third party, they knew it was a two. They knew that they were in a two. Like they had both of them together, and then
they're being
there were
from
two
different
solos.
angles.
Exactly. The risk of them both of them zoning in on one angle was too great, because if they were up against a rock or any sort of wall to block any sort of third party coming in from the other angle, it would be fine. But they had to have their rifles trained in every single direction.
I think honestly it could come down to a bit of, if not miscommunication, then lack of just the same. The fact that they saw Hella spotted one down the rock on the other side on the beach. They saw Lizzie down there. When they get that info, when that info comes in that there's a player right there, because she's been throwing Roxy's been throwing nades over towards that rock. So they know exactly, not just the area, they know legit what spot on the map they have them in. You know, it's a 2v1v1. You have the numbers. Even though you're in the open, you have the manpower and the firepower to win those fights, and you have to take them as a duo.
What you could have saw as well is because how you saw the aggressiveness that she went on that push.
Yeah.
There might have been some miscommunication. It was like, push, 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 and she bolted immediately, and her teammate didn't.
Yeah. Do you see the highlights here coming in from the last game? Anything, I mean, and now we get to talk a lot in the game. I mean, you get to sit here and watch them as well. Anything, like, throughout the game, I talked a little about communication seeming to be better from teams. Look at this shot. Woohoo! That's what I want to highlight reel.
So crazy.
But anything coming into you, like, what, do you see any progression sort of over the span of these 4 games?
You can definitely tell that there is a lot greater comfort in these. I don't know how much of that is communication compared to just getting used to your own play styles as an innate subconscious thing, as well as what you're going up against. They've played enough games, the scrims as well as this, to really know what they're into and what they need to do. But yeah, I mean, communication's probably been developing over the past, what do we have, like 9 games now?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the fact that you see some of these teams that we talk about barely even speak the same language, do these peaks, throw the nades on each side of their building. There's clearly something that's working for them, because we didn't see any sort of peaks like this coming into the first couple of games. And this is where I believe we will see people pop off.
A bigger part of that, though, I think, is just confidence in this, because in the very first game, everyone was so timid. And even though people are too scared to bomb center, naturally, that's still more confident in taking these fights, more confident in, like, you know, recognizing what the win conditions are and getting the work done. And so I think that's a bigger part of it, not so much the necessarily the communication aspect of it.
This game so far of the day has been by far the most aggressive. We saw a lot of kills coming in early as well. Unlike the first 3 games, which were really very more timid, like you said, this was way more aggressive. We saw teams getting knocks and actually making pushes. So it was more entertaining in that fact. And it's just a shame that, you know, once they're starting to get more comfortable, that, you know, the tournament's going to be over at that point. So that they didn't get an extra day of this, you know, maybe have another day 2 of these teams having another 5 games.
Look at the double peek. There's the quick peek out, like the lean, the bait, and then the shot in the end. Mamasato has just been played extremely well this tournament. I mean, also a little bit well. Some of these people, they don't even play, like, they don't play PUBG on their streams to have fun with it, and they're they're absolutely insane.
Yeah, we have some real nice crack shots in this lobby right now. It's actually really impressive coming into this.
It really is. I mean, I was expecting a lot to come into this, but they've surprised me even with them.
Yeah. So, and that's actually really important why we're showcasing this. That's actually, I think, one of the best things about this event by ZOWIE DIVINA is to give a platform to all of these female streamers, female players, to kind of, you know, show the world what they can do.
Have an opportunity.
Exactly. They show it on their stream all the time, but that's not necessarily in a competitive environment.
No.
And so it's actually really, really cool to see ZOWIE DIVINA, as well as other companies, but especially the ones we have here, really doing that.
There's only so many events that you get to see where they have all female events. You have ESWC for like Counter-Strike, which they have a female division of it that gets played every year. But outside of a couple of organizations that actually do something for the ladies, there's not that much going on. So to have an event like this where you bring in 48 women from around the world to come in and play some PUBG, it's the first time they've ever had to do this as a group. So it's nice to see some love being shown to the ladies because, quite frankly, they don't get enough opportunity in the gaming world as it is because this sponsors don't want to support the events. But either way, it's nice to see ZOWIE and Imba TV doing something like this for
I mean, not only do they get the platform to get a chance to showcase how good they are, but they do. I mean, some of these shots they're pulling off, some of the rotations, the teamwork, the coordination, we don't even see that at high level. I mean, high level competitive play. These guys are very much up there.
Yeah, it's some really good plays. We have one game left. Do we think that the aggressiveness is going to step up even further?
Oh, yeah.
It will.
Because
It will.
if you're near the bottom, or I think it's actually more importantly if you're already in the halfway mark, because let's be frank, if you're near the bottom, you're already out of it. If you're in the halfway mark, though, you can go aggressive. We saw some do that. We are expecting heavily to come in even more, because if you're down 15 points, you can't just get a win. You need a win plus just to be secure in it. 12 kills?
Also, I mean, in the end of things, right, when it all comes down to it, we talked about this just being the show match. Still great prizes you can get for just being a show match. Show match is normally just go play, have fun, and you're playing serious tomorrow. This could be, I mean, we're talking skill, we're talking fragging power. Tomorrow, you won't have that teammate to carry the heavy load if you die early on. It's just going to be you. Maybe, I mean, of course, we did see CC and Helen go each their side of the map. Might not be what you want to do, but try and say, okay, we're not going to make it into the prize pool in the show match anyway. Let me just focus on my individual skill, because if you can do a 1v2 here, you can probably do a 1v1 back-to-back tomorrow as well.
Let's pull up the scoreboard real quick so we can look at the full thing right now, where it's still a tie for first and second place.
20 kills.
We're looking at a situation where maybe only the top 7 teams could actually have a legit chance of winning this. Everyone else, they can still get up in there. Like you can see Vendeka and Lele and Tanya, their teams have a chance to still win overall, but they need to have a big game, and B, the top teams have a very poor game. So unlikely to happen. There's still opportunity, but for everyone that's below the 8th place, they're just playing for pride at this point. So they're either going to play aggressive, try to play spoiler, or they're going to, they might take it legit and try to win as well.
And not only are they going to play for pride, but they can come to be like a big Achilles heel to some of these players. We talk about people constantly dropping new places. What if Ting and Little Big Will get 2 teams dropping on top of them? They die instantly. Sonny and Mamataso, they're going to be like, woohoo! And they're just going to play it safe off of that. You would assume so, at least being tied in first place. I mean, sure, they won't be able to win it themselves, but they can mess it up for these other guys big time. One
thing to consider, though, if you actually saw the previous scores there, the teams that have won each game, and all the other games so far, they have not placed. They've gotten the 8 points for winning, nothing else other than that. So it just gives you an idea that there's still a chance for the teams that have lower points to come back and win, because the top teams that have won games haven't gotten any other placements. They've gotten kills, they've chipped away to the lead over the course of the 4 games, but there's still opportunity.
I'm just going to throw out there, everyone has kills now.
Huh?
Everyone's
got kills now in the game.
Everybody has kills.
That's good. That's.
I mean, even though it sounds kind of BM to say it, it's still, we got in there, we got on the point, we got points coming into tomorrow. I mean, if you go, put it this way, if you go into tomorrow with 0 points, I know it's only 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 games coming in after points coming in after this game. It's gonna make a difference, believe me.
Yeah. Well, down to the wire.
Down to the wire.
We have 1 game left.
Tied too.
And it's all on the line for a number of these teams. So we're going to go to break where we get all that all set up before we finish today's show match back on Sanok. Don't go anywhere.